I don't even got a topic yet, but it's one of those. It's a pop-up live. The whole point of the pop-up lives is that we just kind of come in here, see if anybody comes in, got any questions. The last night's live was sick. I go check it out. I like the whole horizontal deals. Totally seems like we're just kicking it in like a little, like a sit-down setting, like if we're all sitting around, like in like a lounge area. So definitely I'm gonna do the horizontal for the evening lives, and then we'll stay vertical like this for the pop-up ones because they're just kind of quick. Let's talk about something. What did we say? I think I did have something. Let's see. There you go. The voice of your conscience will be tested sometimes by the trusting voice of others. You have to trust in your conscience. You have to trust the voice of your conscience and go with that feeling, as sometimes as wrong as it feels or as confusing as it feels. I don't want to say wrong, as like the self may doubt it. As much doubt as you may have in the voice of your conscience, as confusing or as like why, questionable, always just follow the guidance of your conscience. But you have to understand that you have to start practicing how to learn to listen to your conscience and not confuse it with the self, because we've been listening to the self, to the ego all our lives. I know I have. Once I started paying attention to the voice of my conscience and elevating my attitude so the voice of my conscience gets louder, you start understanding like, oh, that's what it is. That's what it sounds like. That's what it is. Recently, I've been having, recently in the last 24 hours, I'll doubt the voice of my conscience. I'll question it. I'll like, really? Like that right now? That choice right now? But when someone else gives their opinion and it causes doubt, like I was certain, like, yeah, this is the decision I'm gonna make. This is what I'm gonna get. This is the route I'm going. This is cool. And then someone says, hey, you know what? This and this and this is probably better, or could be. Not even this is better, but just could be a grain, a sprinkle of doubt. And because it's a trusted voice, it's not like a stranger or anything. You're like, and that's when you start like, it makes more sense. It could be logical. It could be the right choice to do. Man, am I making the right choice? Am I being loose here? Am I just being irresponsible? And that's you doubting your conscience. Thank you, Sid. Appreciate it. I've had him since I was born. I was trying to come up with something snazzy to say, but there you go. Appreciate it. Thank you. That's when you got sprinkled with doubt. And so that's doubt coming from someone else. Make sure you subscribe too. I go live multiple times a day, and then I also do a live at night. And the one at night is a little bit more just focused on the topic. But right here we pop up and we say what's up to everybody that comes in. Like Sid said, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. We talk about personal development, my personal development journey, and the stuff that I've learned and applied and has helped me, in hopes that it'll help you too and inspire you to start your journey in personal development, and sharing it on YouTube too, so you can help others like someone helped me, like I maybe helped you. Now it's your turn to help someone else, and at the same time you start elevating yourself. You start working on becoming your full potential. Maybe that's why this live popped on your lap. So, yeah, sometimes others, like with me just recently, like they'll make a suggestion and it sounds good and it's making you doubt your conscience. Appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate the love. And once you start doubting your conscience, you're going back to being a Mr. Know-it-all, thinking you know better, which is why we've been in the situation that we've been in the first place, because we don't listen to Dust. What's up, Dust? We don't listen to our conscience. And that doubt is poison. That doubt will really just grow weeds in your garden and keep you from staying on track, staying to where, as weird as it sounds, that sometimes see, hold on, listening to my conscience is the longer road, the more uphill road, the hotter road, the pokier road, the darker road. Like, really, you want me to go that way? But then we do the smiley life. What's up? Thanks for coming in. Hey, make sure you subscribe since you're in here. For some reason or another, this live fell onto you. I got about 4 more minutes. Fell onto your lap, there's something here, so you might as well hit subscribe so you get notified of my next live and you don't lose it. So I'm gonna get out of here like in 4 minutes, and I'll go live later. I do these pop-up lives throughout the day. During the day, it's about sharing a little bit of what I'm going to talk about later on tonight, in the more like I don't want to call it formal, but more a little bit more serious. Our focus topic focused live that I do in the evening, about 8 or 9 o'clock my time, Pacific Standard. But during the day, it's a little more casual. We say what's up to people who come in, invite you to subscribe to the channel, talk a little bit about the topics that I talk about here. Would mainly, like I said, it's my personal development journey and my YouTube journey as well. So make sure that when, well, yeah, make sure you subscribe. Anyways, back to what we're saying. Once you start listening to your topic, you don't need to, but if you do, if you do subscribe, you'll get notified of when I go live again a little bit later. So if you rock with what I'm talking about here, if you want to come hang out in the next live and you want to get notified of when I go live again, hit subscribe so you get notified. Otherwise, that's cool too. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Appreciate it, Dust. Hey, what's up, Acer? Who else is in here? It's casual. Like I said, these pop-ups are casual, but they're cool though. They've been helping out a lot, especially when you guys comment. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to listen to your conscience. Start listening to your conscience, but more than anything, be careful and don't doubt your conscience once you get in rhythm of understanding what the voice of your conscience sounds like. But that one had never happened before, where someone else comes in and sprinkles doubt, which really they're not doing it. I'm doing it myself. Nobody does anything to me. It's just all the self that causes any thoughts, feelings, and actions on what's going on outside. Someone just said something. I'm sure they meant good, and it, for the most part, and in general, it was good advice. It was a good suggestion. But when it taints or it messes up with the flow of a conscious guided life, it could be a setback. Because now you're coming in as a Mr. Know-It-All, and you're coming in and saying, nah, conscience, you don't know what you're talking about. I know best. I'm not going to spend those 25 cents because I got to be like, no. When your conscience is saying, spend the dollar. It's like, whoa. For example. Sometimes your conscience will say, hey, you know what? In this season of your life, be very frugal. Okay. And it could turn around and say, be very generous, to yourself, to others, whatever. And if you're continuously listening, you'll see after stringing a few days, weeks, months of listening to your conscience, you'll kind of see the pattern and understand like why those choices were made in the past, because of the great results that you're getting in the present. And then you'll be like, oh, forget that. This is the way to go. As you're healing your wounds, as you're checking out your scars, as you're seeing how sweaty you are, how dusty you are, how tired you are, how exhausted you are, but at the same time, you're sitting around with all the things that you wanted as a result, like done in your pocket. Like, okay, in order to attract the things that I wanted, I needed to go that hard way. We're so used to going the easy way. Trusting the self, not wanting to do the work, not wanting to go to the uphill battle. But that's where all the wisdom lies. That's where all the experience lies, going the hard way. And your conscience will guide you. So don't doubt, it's getting hot in here. Don't doubt the voice of your conscience. And don't let anybody else bring, that doesn't mean you have to be rude about it either. Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to be rude about it either. I mean, if someone gives you some advice and they love you, they're just giving you their opinion. Nothing wrong with that. You could always have, get ready for neutral answers. Be like, okay, cool, thanks, appreciate it. That sounds like a good idea, thanks. Doesn't mean that you have to do it. If you're already kind of set in I've already made a decision. I'm certain about my decisions. I don't doubt my decisions. I don't doubt my choices, especially if they're being guided by your conscience. The result. And then anybody ever says anything? 27? Anybody ever says anything like, oh, I told you that wasn't going to work. In their eyes, it didn't work. But in the grand scheme of things, it worked exactly like it needed to work. It went like exactly how it needed to go. It may seem like maybe it didn't work, but that's just step number 2 from a total of 5 steps. It needed to go that maybe a little bit south in order to go north much faster later. I don't know. I didn't design this, but I know that I do. That once I started living a conscience-guided life, everything's working in my favor in the long term, in the big picture. It does have its ups and downs, but ultimately I'm continuously going up, up, up. And that's a big discovery. That's something that was never taught or showed to me in the past, giving me the results that I was having in the past, which was always feeling stuck. So that's what I talk about here, man. Let's make sure you subscribe if you're just coming in. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you subscribe and you like so you get notified when I go live, which is multiple times a day with these pop-up lives. I also go live in the evening in a more slow down, chill. It's not a pop-up. We kick it. We talk about the subject that I kind of touch on a little bit throughout the day. And then at the end, of course, if there's any questions, we touch on those as well. So that's going to do it for today's live. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, if you're watching this on the replay, go to the comments and type in replay gang. That way I know some of you watch this on the replay. I'll check you out on today's, maybe in a little while, next. If you have a question too, just save it. I got you on the next one. Definitely will be doing another pop-up live later on today for this evening.